We will have a look into grid alignments, justify content items and self, align content item and self. So here we have 3 columns and 3 rows. So totally 9 cells. So just create 9 items into 9. So now here we have a container with the grid. So first we'll see justify content and align content. Justify content, align content. So all the properties that start with the justify usually in the main axis, it is horizontal, and all the properties that start with align, so it is cross axis, usually is a vertical. So let's say, so the default value for justify and align is start. So the horizontally we just change the align item in the end position, so it will be in end. Horizontally center means justify content center, and vertically center align content, vertically put the end positions. So we can effectively utilize the empty spaces surrounded by all the items inside the container. So here you can see the spaces how we utilize. So space between, give the empty space between the items, and space around, give the space between the items, and take one, let's say this one empty space is 10 pixel width. So 5 pixel you can give starting of the element, and another 5 pixel can you ending of the movement. That's how the space around works. Space evenly for the starting, ending, and between, everything is has even space. So stretch is nothing but it just occupy all the items with an empty space. So now it will increase the height, width and height of this items. Space between, so and space around, space evenly. So evenly takes all the spaces from horizontally wise, vertically wise, evenly. So there is a shorthand property of place content. So first is align content, second value is justify content. So here let's say start center. So vertically it has start and horizontally it is center. The place content mainly useful whenever you have justify content and align content with a similar value. So let's say if you have only one value, so this value will be applied for align and justify content. So this way the place content will be useful. That is a shorthand property. So now we can align each items inside each cells, so that we can use justify items and align items. So the default value is stretch for both the values. Now we can change it to start. Let's add boxes. Yep. So start, end, center, baseline. Baseline is if you have a text content, a text baseline it will take. So stretch. So these 4 property. So we don't have space between, space around for justify items. So we only have only 5 values. So similar to place content, we have place items also. So first value is align items and second value is justify items. So start and end. We can add center. If we add only one values, then that will be applied for both justify and align items. So these are applied only for the containers. Now there is a justify self and align self properties there. So that is for individual items you can modify the alignments which is set by the parent. Let's say for third value I don't want this alignment. Then now let's say third value. So now add justify self and align self. So the default value for this is auto. Auto means whatever the parent sets that will inherit for this property. Now if I want to change to start, the third you can see the third value, end, center, start. So if you want only one item with a differently positioned, then you can select that and apply justify and align self. There is a shorthand property for this also, place self, start. So here I'll give the links official W3C draft. For justify content, the whole content within the container you can align, and justify self is only for one's items within the cell you can align. For each individual cells in the all the container you can align it. So I'll give the link in my description.